today. They've given certain positive commentary, like they've said that the adjusted EBITDA margin will achieve break-even by December 25. They're targeting doubling of dark store capacity by March 25, and they're also targeting 2,000 orders per day per dark store, which is kind of an ambitious target. So I think the positive commentary is something that is kind of brought the stock upwards. Otherwise, the results were slightly below the street estimates. So this is about Swiggy, but some other stocks which are really buzzing in trade today. One of them is Reliance Power. Now, Reliance Power, if we can pull up the stock, is buzzing on the back of a positive news. It's up around 5% in trade as we speak, and it's almost locked in upper circuit. It is in fact locked in upper circuit. The next stock in focus is Epack Durables, where Epack Durables is kind of seeing a downward movement. We've been seeing Epack Durables going down in the past few days. Yesterday, it came out with its filing saying that SSIB officials have initiated a search in the company in their Rajasthan plant, and the company is saying that there are no search or seizure that has taken place, but because of this the stock is tanking in trade today. Let's also pull up something like RVNL. It did receive an order of roughly 187 odd crores. The stock did react positively to that, and it's up around 1.6%. So it's come down from its day's highs, but the stock is buzzing on the back of that. Welspun Living is also buzzing, where the company has approved sale of 100% equity shares in Welspun Home Solutions, which is a wholly owned subsidiary, and due to this the stock has seen some tanking. It's come off from its day's highs. It's down around 1.16% as we speak. Let's also pull up something like Keynes Technology, Mankind Pharma, and see how they're doing in trade today. United Breweries, also the company introduced the Amstel Grenade, which is a premium and strong category, and this is something that will kind of aid margins for the company. The Alcobev did see margins tanking in first half of FY25, but premium segment is something that all these Alcobev companies are focusing on, Alex.
Yeah, certainly. All right. On that note, we should move on. In fact, I did point this out at the start, but that number that you see on your screen, that's where you can call us, and there is also a number that you are probably already aware of. That is the number you can send your WhatsApp questions to. We've got Vaishali Parekh, Vice President Technical Research at Prabhudas Leela, joining us right now. We will soon be joined by Shahina Mukaddam as well. Vaishali, good morning to you. Let me start a few questions off with you then. And we've got the first question coming in from Sumit. He's writing from Bengaluru. The stock that he wants to talk about is Pix Transmissions. It's currently trading at 2,600, and it's a 3,500 market cap company, 3,500 crore market cap company. His buy price is 2,131, and he's got 200 shares. He's wondering whether to book his profit right now, which is a considerable close to 1 lakh rupees, or should he hold for a period of 4 to 6 weeks with a possible uptrend from this point as well.
Morning to all of you. So I would say right now it is already run up quite a bit, but it's better to keep it with a trading stop loss. 2,500 should be a trailing stop loss because it's already in an overbought zone. But seeing the indicators, I think the stock may get into new round of momentum also. So since he's already gaining so much, I think no harm keeping a stop loss and aim for a target of 3,000.
Vaishali, the next question is from Prem, who's from Hyderabad, and he wants to know what could be the best company in the green energy sector to invest in. Do you have a view on this one?
So, well, I am tracking KPI Green, I'm looking at Inox Green. So these are all good companies for a long-term perspective. And I think chartically also it has shown a good trend. So I would say focus on these two stocks.
All right, let's pull the next one up, and we've got, in fact, an outlook that is being sought for IRFC. If you've bought it at levels of 375, let's pull up the chart and see where it's currently trading. IRFC, and it's 38 shares that were bought by Murli, who's writing in from Hyderabad, and he's lost quite a bit of. No, actually, he's gained quite a bit of ground. He's in the green. 375 shares, bought at a price of 38 rupees. Stock is currently trading above 150. On the charts, Vaishali, how does it look?
Continue holding because the stock is after making the recent high at around 185. It's corrected substantially and now it's showing signs of revival. So I would say continue holding with the stop loss of 145 because once we see this momentum coming in, I think 160, 163 could be the near-term hurdle. But above that, we can once again see 170, 180 target. So in my view, it's a positive unless 145 levels break.
Okay. All right. Chakrapani is calling us from Bengaluru. Chakrapani, you're our first caller for the day. Good morning to you. And how can we help you?
This is regarding Jamna Auto.
Okay.
I am holding it for almost about a year. At 119 I purchased average price. Should I accumulate or add or sell? I just want to know.
Okay, got it. So let me get you a perspective on the charts then. And this is something that I'm going to you on, Vaishali. He's bought at 119 and so he's losing a little bit of ground and he's been holding for a year. 700, not a small amount. He's holding a considerable amount. So would you suggest adding more at this point?
So actually purely on technical terms, I'm looking at the weekly chart also. So for now, 100 acts as a very good support level. So I guess the risk reward ratio wise, it's an attractive level to add. But if 100 levels break, I would say it could get into a corrective mode. And for now, I think keep a range of 100 to 120. One can accumulate at these levels.
All right, the next question is Subramaniam and he's writing from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. He's bought 50 shares of Balaji Amines, bought at 39 a piece, and he's bought this during 2012. The stock is currently trading at 2098. So he's sitting on significant amount of profits, which is almost 1 lakh rupees. Vaishali, what's your view? Should he keep holding this or should he sell? How does it look on charts at present?
So chartically, I think, we have seen a good run up, then a very long consolidation setting in, especially on the weekly chart because the horizon is for a longer term perspective. I think continue holding because the stock, once it goes above 2,500 levels, it's back on track for higher targets. So in my view, it's a positive view for now.
All right. I believe we've got Shahina joining in as well. Did we just take Balaji Amines?
Yes.
Okay, so we've done Balaji Amines. Sorry, I've been a little distracted. Solar Industries is the next counter that we're talking. And Shahina, good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining in. This one's for you. Solar Industries, if you bought at levels of 10,560, or rather, if you're thinking of buying, would you buy at the current level, which is around 10,500 or thereabouts? Suresh from Chennai wants to know.
Yes, you can buy even at current levels, though of course the run-up has been pretty sharp because if you see the actual performance, while the quarter has been more or less flat on a sequential basis, I think the prospects are strong and that correction that we saw, we are likely to see a bounce back going forward. So yes, it's a buy.
All right, we have our next caller for the day. Balakrishna is calling from Hyderabad. Balakrishna, thanks for calling NDTV Profit. What's your question about?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Yeah, as of now, Tata Power is a 430 level. Right now, can I take the shares for the 1 year period?
Okay, you don't hold any Tata Power right now in your portfolio, right?
Not yet. I am looking the correction, but I missed the 406. But today, the share is a 432 rupees.
Okay.
Can I buy I am planning to buy the 100 shares for the 1 year. Can I expect the 30% profit of the?
Okay. Shahina, I'll come to you for this one. 1 year, can you expect 30% from Tata Power?
Well, yes, you can, but I would prefer that he buys it at a slight dip if he wants those sort of returns in 1 year's time. It is possible that the stock may correct another 20 rupees from here in the shorter term. So it is better you buy it at a better price of say closer to 400, 410, and then you could look at a decent return. So don't buy it now, buy it on a slight decline.
Okay, so we keep getting questions like this and I've taken the liberty of answering this on WhatsApp itself, but I'm still going to take it up with the two of you. Maybe I'll go to Shahina on this one though. So we've got Arjun on WhatsApp who's asked, first of all, which penny stocks to buy in bulk at this juncture. And I've taken the liberty, Shahina, of saying that this is absolutely not a good idea because invariably people think that you can buy and what is the potential downside, but people don't realize that if you buy at 9 rupees and the stock goes to 5 rupees, you've effectively lost a considerable amount of money, right? So having said that, he's asking then, from the ticket price standpoint and something that he can accumulate large numbers in, is there a stock that you can recommend based on the fundamentals?
Well, see, penny stocks, you have already given the disclaimer. If you really want to buy some with a long-term prospects, I would say something like a Yes Bank. It's about 20 rupees. It looks good even from current levels. You could look at some power stock, which is in, say single or maybe low double digits. So you could look at some of these stocks, banking, power, and look for, the upside, holding them for maybe 3 years period.
Okay, our next question, in fact, Alex, is from Tom's, and he's also asking about Yes Bank. So since China has already given her view, Vaishali, your view on Yes Bank?
So far, there is nothing really much happening. The stock is continuing to have some consolidation. But I would say that once the stock moves above 22, 23 levels, this would get into a good momentum, and 24, 25 would be the next target. So one can buy at these levels for 24, 25. Once it sustains about 25 levels, it would gain further momentum and conviction. That is how I would look at the stock.
Okay. I believe we've got Satya who's calling us from Hyderabad. Satya, hi, good morning. What's your question for us?
Yeah, hi. My name is Satya from Hyderabad. So I was currently holding sales stocks of quantity to 65.
Sorry, can you repeat that, please? Are you talking about CESC?
So can I hold or sell this particular?
Satya, your voice is not coming through to me very clearly. Can you repeat that? You're talking about CESC.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you're talking about CESC, right?
Yeah, CESC, yes.
CESC, and you've bought 265 shares at 185, right?
Yes, yes.
And what is your time frame that you're looking at?
2 months.
2 months. Got it. All right, Vaishali, I'll come to you on the charts then. CESC, 185 is the current market price as well, and he's more or less bought at that price, and he's wondering whether to hold for 2 months. What are the levels that you would ask him to watch out for?
Well, now this stock has also come in the F&O category, so you are going to see some choppiness. And in fact, this stock we had recommended just a few days back. We've seen a good run up. 185, 186 acts as a near-term resistance. So keep a watch on this. Once it is moving above 188, you can continue holding, then look for a target of 200 to 210. But if it fails to move past 185 levels, it can retest 165 levels again. So that's how you would focus on this, keeping 2 months in horizon.
All right. The next question is from Kusuma, who's from Pune. She wants to buy ABB for the next 6 months, and she's asking whether this is the right price to enter, and she wants a technical outlook clearly for the next 3 to 6 months. So Vaishali, I'll come to you for this one. How does ABB look on charts right now?
So I think capital goods on the whole, they have started showing regained strength, and ABB is also making an effort. So I would say the downside is very limited. 7,200, that's what we had seen, 7,000 levels. I mean, in the recent past, we have seen is 6,500. Market is going to be choppy. We do not have a clarity on the trend. I would say accumulation would be a better strategy, because long-term charts we can see a target of 8,500 to 9,000 levels, but 6,500 would act as a good support. So accumulation as a SIP form would be better. Keep accumulating at every dip.
All right, that's a view on ABB, one of the stocks of the year, you can call it. BLS International is the name of the counter we're talking about next, and this one's for you, Shahina. On the fundamentals, Gautam wants to know what the prospects are for the next 12 to 18 months, if you would suggest buying at this level and accumulating at this level.
Yeah, the prospects are pretty strong. They are actually expanding the number of countries which they are targeting. And in terms of fundamentals also, they have done pretty well in the last quarter. So I think prospects are good. And yes, you can keep adding it to your portfolio at current levels.
All right. We have our next caller, who's Vaibhav from New Delhi. Vaibhav, thanks for calling in. How can we help you?
Yeah, hi, good morning. I would like to know about the counter Ganesh Housing, that whether it is a good time to enter this counter. The results of this company have been consistently very good, and the stock has also moved up, but it is still trading at a PE of around 22. So just wanted to know that the view, whether it's a good time to enter this counter Ganesh Housing.
Okay, what's the kind of time horizon that you're looking out for?
Short term, I would say 2 3 to 6 months?
All right. Vaishali, I'll again come to you for this one. Your view on Ganesh Housing, 3 to 6 months?
So I would say the trend has been extremely bullish, and we have seen a one-way rally right from 821 to now 1280. So risk-reward wise, it is not a favorable time to buy. Wait for a dip. I think around if it comes closer to 1,000 levels, it would be a good level to buy.
Okay, but I'm still curious. I know that he's got a very short time frame, but China, any chance you've looked at this? Because he did quote the PE, and I guess he's bought it considering the valuations that he found attractive. This is an Ahmedabad-based developer, in case people were wondering and have not come across this counter, around 10,000 crore market capitalization. China, any view on this?
Well, I think it looks very interesting at current levels if you're a medium to longer term investor, because yes, while, of course, yes, the PE is in those levels, but in terms of price to book, it's about 8 times, which is slightly on the higher side. But if you look at the numbers, you saw the last quarter numbers, they are growing almost of about 40-50%. So this strong growth indicates that very soon, over the maybe next 1 to 2 years, the valuations will start looking attractive. It's a smaller company in the overall real estate space. It looks interesting at current levels, in my view. I would say you can buy.
All right. The next query is from, do we have the viewer name? Srinidhi, yes. So Srinidhi is asking about JK Tyres, and she's bought 100 shares at 416 per share. She wants to know whether she should keep holding it or she should sell it. What could be the target price next? So Vaishali, I'll come to you for this one. How does the chart look and what should be the target?
So the chart, this chart has been quite a laggard. We have not seen the stock participating at all. But now that if she's holding, I think continue holding, because it is showing some volume and some momentum pickup. I would say keep a watch at 400. It can go towards 400, 410. From there on, we can have a relook. If it continues, the momentum continues, then I think one can aim for a target of 460 to 470. So right now, I think just hold if you have, time is not a factor.
Okay, thanks for that view. I do want to interrupt just a short while because we've been talking about it this week, and I have found this a very enriching experience myself. I've been watching this show every day. This is the show that is up next. It's at 11:30. It's called Know Your Company. And the idea, of course, is to get you insight into one specific company every day. And we've had some interesting programs already. My colleague Agam and the anchor of the show is joining me to tell you a little bit about what is lined up today. NLC India, why is this the focus today?
Well, only because it's a relatively smaller power generator, but it's also into mining. So, and it's a very interesting combination in terms of operations. And of course, this is a public sector entity. But, given the fact that while we've seen revenue growth over the past few years, which hasn't been that staggering, its profitability has been substantial. So we thought that it would be a good idea to look into the company, perhaps take a look at why we're seeing such a sharp growth in its profitability, the kind of ratios that we're looking at, and of course how we're seeing the change in its revenue structure, the overall pie change over the past few years. So that piqued our curiosity, and that's the reason why we're taking this up today.
By the way, I have told our viewers to write into us for suggestions, and one of them has come through. Deepak Fertilizers is something that I think Naresh, if I'm not mistaken, said that he'd be very keen on hearing from. And you told me yesterday it's on the list. So that's good news for you as well. 11:30, do tune in if you have the time. You can also catch it later on YouTube in case you don't. We've got our next caller, Benson, who's calling in from Mumbai. Benson, hi, good morning. And what is the stock that you are looking to find out about?
Hey, very good morning, and I hope you all have a good day. First of all, I would want to know about Sukjit Starch. I had purchased this at a rate of 244.5 and just wanted to know from the experts whether is it still a good hold or shall I sell it?
What is the time frame that you have? It's a very small company, Benson. So I'm curious, where did you come across this company, and why? What was the thinking? Did you find out about what it does and then invest in it?
No, nothing like that. Actually, I invested in this company last year and I really made a good profit. But then the charts, what I see is already on the upward trending. So I just wanted to know from the experts whether is it still good to continue or is it the right time to sell?
Okay, got it. So you bought it based on the technicals. Let me go across to Vaishali then on the charts. Vaishali, a really small company, 880 odd crore market capitalization. Sukjit Starch and Chemicals is the name of the counter, 281 or thereabouts. It's up about 16% year to date. And he is making gains right now. He's bought at 245. Should he book or exit? Book or hold?
Actually, the volume is very poor, but the stock chartically, it is showing an uptrend. Currently, it is at a resistance level of 283. So keep a watch at these levels. Once it's crossing 283, I think this can go towards 300. So continue holding with the trailing stop loss.
Right. The next question is from Sahiti, who's from Bangalore. She's having IDFC first 1500 shares bought at the level of 86. And she wants to know whether it's a good bet from a long-term perspective, and she also wants to know whether this is the right level to enter or not. Vaishali, I come to you for this one. Your view on IDFC first?
So chartically, it all looks fine at these levels, but the volume, the momentum, etc., it just fizzles out. So I would say, right, if you really want a confirmation, might as well get into an HDFC Bank or an ICICI Bank, which are all matured trends, and we can see a good upside. So my focus would be on those banks first.
I believe we've got Vijay Prabhu calling us from Mumbai itself. Vijay, hi, morning. And where in Mumbai are you calling from? What can we help you with?
Hey, hello, good morning, and a very warm welcome to the esteemed guests. And I also wanted to say that I'm looking forward for the 11:30 show.
Yes, okay. Thanks so much. I'm glad. Okay, how can we help you, Vijay?
Right. So my question is about HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics.
Yes.
I bought 50 shares at around 3,890 rupees per piece.
Yeah.
But although I don't intend to sell it, but my question is that strategy correct? Or I keep on buying each month?
Interesting. Okay, and so you don't have a time frame in mind. You bought based on the fundamentals. You're buying into the defense story in India. Yes?
Correct.
Got it, Vijay. Let me take your question to Shahina on the fundamental. Shahina, a number of these defense stocks have, some might point out, bottomed out after that drop, and they have seen an uptrend in the recent past. But the strategy that Vijay is employing is to purchase a few units every month. Is that the right approach?
I think that's the perfect approach, especially if you're looking to invest in something like a HAL, which is a defense stock. The order book position is very strong, and as they improve their execution, also expand their product portfolio, I think it will be a multi-bagger over a long term, say 5 to 10 year period. So I think this strategy will work for the long term.
That's the view coming in on HAL, but viewers, it's time for a short break. So Shahina and Vaishali, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back answering all your queries on the other side.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past, and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter, the Love Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow. The newsmakers, the trendsetters, and the innovators. In 30 minutes, we've got you covered. So stay ahead, stay informed, and stay profitable with Profit 360.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past, and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter, the Love Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow, the newsmakers, the trendsetters, and the innovators. In 30 minutes, we've got you covered. So stay ahead, stay informed, and stay profitable with Profit 360.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past, and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter, the Love Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow, the newsmakers, the
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit, and this show gets you answers to all of your stock-related questions. We've been taking your calls all of this week and last, but I do want to point out that quite a few of you are trying to call the WhatsApp number, and that's not going to work because we can't patch it through to what we're doing right now, which is live television. If you are calling us, you should call us on that landline number that you see flashing on your screen. And of course, if you send us a WhatsApp, we'll do our best to take the question as well. I believe the first question that we have on this side of the break is Arkade Developers, and this is a question coming from Dhruv Parekh, who's writing in from Ahmedabad, and he's asking whether he should hold on. He's bought at levels of 132, so he's in the green right now. He's bought 200 shares. The question is, on the fundamental, Shahina, should he continue to hold?
Well, it's a very small cap, so it's a little difficult to say in terms of, how the stock will look over a period of time. Very tiny company. But in terms of performance, it's doing pretty well. It did very well in the last quarter, or even on a sequential basis, and balance sheet looks pretty strong. So I would say you can hold at current levels and, watch how the numbers turn out. But it looks good as of now.
All right, we have our next caller. Shailaja is calling from Hyderabad. Shailaja, thanks for calling NDTV Profit. How can we help you?
Thank you. I want to know regarding Ola Electric. I have 100 shares at 98.5. So I have to hold for some more time or else I should sell it.
All right. Are you looking for a shorter term perspective or a longer term perspective?
It's short term. It's maybe a span of 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months. Okay. Vaishali, I'll come to you for this one. Fundamental side, I know Ola is seeing a lot of pressure, but technically, does the charts look attractive?
So technically, we saw the stock bottoming out at around 69.70 levels. From there on, we have seen a one-way rally coming, and now it made a high of 102. So short term, well, it's very difficult to say because we can see some profit booking and the stock retracing to around 80 levels. So I would say continue holding, at least wait for 110, 120, because once it gets into new round of momentum, 110, 120 would be the next target.
Okay. All right. So let me check. Do we have it? Yeah, okay, we do have it. Girish is asking about Ola Electric incidentally, and he's asking on the fundamentals. He's bought at elevated levels, Shahina, 120 or thereabouts. Should he hold it or should he exit? And I mean, we've spoken at length over the past several weeks about the issues about after sales and technology. What do you think about the company?
I would say he should look to exit in a bounce. Of course, the stock has given a pretty good rebound in the last couple of days. Maybe a further bounce, and he could look to exit because we have more competition coming in in about 6 months. So the space is going to get extremely competitive. So wait for a further bounce and keep a stop loss, and then you could exit.
You're referring to the Activa, right? The electric Activa as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The next query is from Srinivasa Rao, who is writing to us from Vijayawada. He's holding 18,000 shares of Shriram Properties, which was bought at 114, and he wants to know as to what are the prospects of the company for the next 1 year. He's sitting on a significant loss of around 82,000. So Shahina, your view on Shriram Properties, whether he should keep holding it or book the loss?
Well, as of now, he can continue to hold. Basically, if you see the losses are coming down, if you see on a sequential basis, was say, they've made a small amount of profit. In terms of valuations, it's pretty attractive. It's just about one-time book. So I would say hold for now.
Hold for now. All right. Vinod is calling us from Bengaluru. Vinod, good morning. And thanks so much for calling NDTV Profit. How can we help you this morning?
Good morning. I want to know whether I need to hold or sell Indo Amines.
Indo Amines is the name of the counter that you've got. Okay. And what was the time frame that you had when you bought the stock?
It was on 11 November, I think.
Okay, 11 November, so not too long back. But when you bought it, Vinod, what was the time period that you intended to hold it for? Was it less than 1 year or more than 1 year?
It was short term, 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months. All right. And you're in the green right now. So essentially you're looking to either book or hold for potential gains. Got it.
Yes.
Vaishali, on the charts then, 175 is the buy price. He's in the green. Should he hold or should he exit?
I would say today, in fact, there is an exceptionally high volume and it is moving past the previous high. So I would say continue holding, because if the momentum continues, the stock can go towards 240. So that would be the target that he should look for.
All right. The next query is from Lavish, who's from Indore. He's saying, I called on your landline, but it's busy. So Lavish, we're taking your WhatsApp question then. He's bought 500 shares of TD Power Systems, bought at 455 a piece, and he wants a 1 year view from you, Vaishali, specifically. So Vaishali, TD Power Systems on the charts?
So TD Power is in a gradual upward move. Keep a stop loss of around 420 because that is the crucial support level. And once the stock moves above, it can reach as 470, 480. So hold it with a stop loss of 420.
Okay. All right. So we've got, so TD Power is the next counter that we're talking about. And we just taken, Lavish has got that question answered. Tata Motors is the next counter that we're talking about. And this is another question to you, Vaishali, on the technicals, because we're talking about a period of 6 to 12 months. And Shruti wants to know, she's bought at a price of 842 and she's wondering whether to hold because she's losing a little bit of ground.
I would say auto index is quite in a lull right now, overall full auto index. And Tata Motors has shown substantial corrective move. So 760, 770 is a very prominent support band. So I would say if 6 months is a horizon, continue holding. In fact, I think at lower levels, one can average out also.
All right. The next caller is Suresh from Hyderabad. Suresh, thanks for calling in. Good morning. I believe your query is on SBI. What do you want to know?
Good morning to you all. All of you are doing a wonderful job. So is your back-end team, courteous and professional. I just wanted to ask you people about State Bank of India. I bought it a few weeks back at 847. Thereon it fell down below 700. What I noted is that in the month of June this year, it was at 900, 912. My thought process was around budget time in February to go above 900. So now it has come back to my buying price, which is today it is 1% above my buying price. 847 was my buying price, which is 1% above that. So shall I really hold on with my thought process of till February budget time?
Okay, so it's a shorter term horizon that you're looking for. Thank you so much, Suresh, for those kind words. Vaishali, I'll come to you for this one. Should he keep holding SBI till February?
Well, in fact, public sector index banking stocks have started showing a lot of momentum. And of course, to start with SBI, it is quite well placed. In my opinion, this can go towards 880 to 900 levels. But keeping disciplined trading intact, I think 830 should be the stop loss that he should follow.
Okay. All right, hope that answers your question, and thanks so much. It's very kind of you, Suresh. Thanks so much for your kind words, and I'm glad that my team also, I'm sure that my team also thanks you, so I'm thanking you on their behalf. Sastamani has got the next question. Premier Explosives is the name of the counter, and we've got a buy at 691. The quantity is 1,110 shares. He's seeing a loss at this juncture, and a quite considerable one at that. Shahina, on the fundamentals, would you continue to hold on to Premier Explosives even if you're witnessing a sizable loss?
Well, I would say it's better to switch from Premier Explosive as of now. In fact, while it's a small cap, market cap about 2,500 crores, but I believe it's better to exit. There are better opportunities available.
All right, that's the view coming in on Premier Explosives. We have our next caller, Surya, who's calling in from Bengaluru. Surya, how can we help you?
Yeah, hi. First of all, thanks for taking my question, and I've been watching your show for quite a while. And my question is on EMS Limited. I'm holding it at the price point of 760 around, and holding a quantity of 100 shares. I bought this shares to get into this water treatment and sewage treatment business growth prospects only, and I wanted to hold it for more than 2 years.
Okay, so basically you want a fundamental view. Have you studied the company already?
Yes, I did so. Just wanted to know what will be the business growth on this business in CAGR perspective, just to understand.
Okay, Shaina, I'll come to you for EMS Limited. Do you have a view on this particular counter?
Yeah, it's a small cap, very interesting space, doing pretty well in terms of numbers, strong growth in terms of profitability, as well as revenue. So it's a hold at current levels. It's a good investment.
Hold, and it's done pretty well. Surya, hopefully it continues to do well for you, and that's the view on the fundamentals. The next question is Deepika's, and Deepika's writing in from Hyderabad. She's asking about CreditAccess Grameen, which she's bought at levels of 936, and she's wondering whether or not to hold or exit. 54 shares is what she's got. The stock is currently trading at 882. Vaishali, on the charts, what would you do?
I think continue holding, because all these stocks for long-term perspective also they should do well. Right now, of course, we have seen a good corrective move, but indicator-wise, I think it is ready for bounce back. So I would say for now, continue holding at least till 1,000 levels, and there on we can have a relook, because the actual strength lies only above 1,000. So I would say wait till it bounces to 1,000, and then we can reassess.
Right, so it's a hold from Vaishali. But Shaina, quickly your view on this one, because Goldman Sachs recently double downgraded the stock, and the stock did see a lot of tanking.
Fundamentally, they're doing very badly. So it's fundamentally an exit. But technically, I think the bounce is coming. It's consolidating. So I will agree with Vaishali, exit at a bounce.
Exit at a bounce. Okay, I believe we've got our next caller, and it happens that the caller's name is Alex. So it's Alex calling Alex. Alex, you're tuning in from Kerala. Where in Kerala? And first of all, thank you so much for calling.
Hello, I am calling from Kerala, Cochin.
Okay, Cochin, all right. I love Fort Kochi, and I've been to the Putta stores there, and they're quite nice. What do you want to know about with regard to Concor?
Actually, Vinyam Port first part is completed. When it is coming up, is it best time to enter Concor or any other freight movers like All Cargo or the SW Infra? Is it good time to enter Concor or wait for it to come to full operation, Vinyam Port?
Okay. So it's a fundamental question, Alex. I will take your question to Shahina. Shahina, if you've studied the port space, and I guess what he's asking is ancillary business related to ports. If I'm not mistaken, Vizhinjam Port is being handled by Adani Ports. So do you have a view on that business per se? Of course, Adani Ports handles over 2/3 of the maritime trade in India. So would you play the development of Vizhinjam Port through a Concor, thinking that there will be an increase in trade activity, or would you play the port?
Well, ports by itself is a very good long-term story, and I think all the three companies in ports, including Concor, you have Adani, as well as you have JSW Infra. I think all three will do well over the longer term, and you can take your pick. I think all three look interesting. Adani Ports has corrected because of the the news-based correction, but of course they've got the largest market share. So if you're a long-term investor, you can be there, but you have to take that risk in case any news. It's news-based. Something comes up, you'll see the correction. Concor, a public sector, so you'll see a gradual improvement in terms of price. You're not going to see a doubler, tripler in the shorter term. JSW Infra has got very good projects, especially in Maharashtra coming up. In valuation wise also, it is pretty interesting compared to the rest of the remaining two. So you can look at making a portfolio of port stocks and hold it for the longer term.
Okay, all right. A standard disclaimer, of course, I was the one that asked the question, but it is Adani Group company, and so is NDTV Profit through the NDTV Group.
Right. We have our next caller, Alex, who's Sailesh Prabhu from Mumbai. Sailesh, thanks for calling NDTV Profit. I believe you have a question on Laurus Lab.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. What's your question?
I have 200 shares of Laurus Labs. The price has now gone up substantially in the last 15 days. Do you think it is worth holding it? Because the P ratio on a trailing basis is 235, and the last 7 quarters the working is not good at all. So does the price justify this?
Okay, so basically you bought it from a fundamental perspective when you bought this, and how long ago did you buy this?
About a month back.
Okay, so I think I'll get you a fundamental view on this. Shahina, your view on Laurus Labs, what he's saying is absolutely right, but there's so many stocks that are actually defying, the theory of PE. So does Laurus Lab also fall into that category?
I think he's absolutely correct. Laurus Labs, in terms of fundamental valuations, is extremely expensive at current levels, and the financial performance has been pathetic if you see over the last 1 odd year. Having said that, I think in the CRAM space, there is opportunity in the longer term, but I think there are better stocks available in the overall pharma sector, like for example, even Biocon. So to that extent, you can look at Biocon, Cipla. There are a lot of other stocks which are doing better even in the shorter term. So I would say that yes, you can hold for now because it's in a momentum, but look for levels to exit and switch.
I must say, Shailesh, I'm very impressed with the fact that you've taken the time to read and understand and base your investment decisions on proper data. And kudos to you and to everybody who's tuning in. I must say, speaking to you directly has been an incredible experience, and I hope that everybody takes the time to study their investments as you have. Rajesh from Bengaluru has got a question on Adani Green. He has bought at levels of 1,200 and he's got 220 shares. The stock is currently trading above that price. It has recovered quite sharply from the low point. On the technicals though, would you hold on to this, Vaishali?
I would say the stock is actually weakened its trend, but technically 1,000 was the prominent support which was retested, and now it's making an attempt to again bounce back. So 1,500 is the near-term resistance. At least hold till there.
All right, we have our next caller, Shalini, who's calling from Kerala again. Shalini, thank you for calling NDTV Profit. Good morning, and how can we help you?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. I just have 100 shares of KCP, and I just want to know whether I should hold it or sell it.
All right, this is KCP Limited or KCP Sugars and Industries?
The shares name, I just see it is KCP only, and the current price is 251.
Okay, so that's KCP Limited then. And what is the time horizon that you're looking for?
That is a short term only, ma'am, because I have been holding it since 4 months.
Okay, so shorter term view it is. Vaishali, I'll quickly come to you for this one. KCP Limited?
I don't have this chart. I'll just look for it.
Sure. Meanwhile, Shahina, if you have a view on KCP Limited?
Yeah, it's a hold. It looks like the momentum will continue for some more time. So do hold it. I think you can keep a target of close to about 270, 275 before you exit.
All right. Vaishali, do you have the charts in front of you now?
I think my view matches with China. You can hold 270 is the resistance.
Fantastic. All right. All right, on that note, let's move to South Indian Bank, and we've got Hiran who's writing in from Pune. Hiran Das. Hiran, thanks so much for writing in. You've bought at levels of 24.8 rupees per share, and 304 shares is what you own, and it's more or less where the stock is currently. So on the fundamentals, what would the strategy be, Shahina? Would you like this from the banking space, or are there better banks? She can exit at this juncture with no loss or profit.
Well, it's a very small bank and valuations are very attractive. It's just about 0.7 times price to book. So you can hold for now, but I think there are, of course, better banks available. In fact, I would even prefer a Yes Bank over a South Indian. But as of now, you can hold.
All right. We have our next caller, Srinivas, who's calling from Mumbai. I believe, Srinivas, your question is on Zomato. Thanks for calling NDTV Profit. Tell me what's your query.
Yeah, I'm right now holding 250 shares of Zomato. I have bought them at 275 rupees. So I'm looking, should I hold it or should I stay for some time in holding it?
Okay, why did you buy Zomato over Swiggy? I don't know. What's your view?
You're putting him on the spot.
Yeah.
No. Actually, I was very much interested in Blinkit then. So I just averaged it recently. I was interested in Blinkit and also the management, the vision he has.
Right. So I think your line of thinking is pretty clear and it's on the right track, I must say, Srinivas. So I think you want a long-term perspective, right?
Yes.
Okay. Shahina, I'll come to you for this one. Zomato, what's your view on the particular counter? And also if you have a view on Swiggy.
Well, I think Zomato I would prefer over Swiggy, given the fact that it is a larger, it has got a larger market share. And I think the competition in this space is going to really hot up with Amazon coming in with its stage in the near term. So I think the largest and the biggest and I think Blinkit is a good reason to be buying Zomato. At the same time, I would say keep a stop loss, say closer to your buy price 270 types, and then you can look for a target of about 320, and at that point you can relook at the stock.
Sharat Kothari from Bengaluru is asking us a question on Samvardhana Motherson, and this is a question on whether or not it is the right time to accumulate this stock. In the automotive ancillary space is a very large player, of course, but he's asking about the current market price, and so from that perspective, Vaishali, I'm asking on the technicals, would you say that this is a good point to accumulate?
I would agree so, because the stock had seen a very good uptrend, and then the recent past we saw a good corrective move coming in. So currently it is the downside. I don't think 150 acts as a very good support even from a longer term perspective. So I guess these are attractive levels, and on a daily chart also what I'm looking at, it's consolidating on a 200-day moving average, so which should hold as a very prominent support. I would say yes, start buying from here on.
All right, we have our last phoner for day. Viral from Mumbai is calling in. Viral, thanks for calling. How can we help you?
Hi, good morning. So I have actually 44,834 shares of Jai Corporation. And I bought this share at 280 rupees a piece.
Okay.
So I wanted a basic outlook. I'm ready to hold for next 2, 3, 4 years.
And holding Viral, I'm just curious about the thinking behind this.
Yes,
so
it's me.
It's a very large holding. Did you acquire it at once or over a period of time?
I acquired it over a period about a year and a half. So I started accumulating from 206 rupees onwards and up till 340. So my average is about 280 rupees a share.
And what did you see in the counter that gave you the confidence to buy so much?
So I'm basically banking on the SEZ policies that are going to be the SEZ amendment policies, which we are looking forward for in probably in the next few weeks or so. And a huge development near the Navi Mumbai airport, right? So they hold about 4,000 acres of land bank, and they hold about 25% stake in the entire SEZ policy in that area. So I see a very huge So that's what it is.
So I'm sorry, you mentioned your time horizon, what your ideal time horizon is. Can you reiterate that for me, please?
Sure. 3 years, 4 years, I'm okay. I have no time restriction. I'm okay for long term. 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, doesn't matter.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the chart, and it's for the year. It's not done too much. It's actually been quite range bound per se. But since you're asking on the fundamentals, Viral, let me go across to Shahina on this one. Shahina, everything that he's looked at, and he seems to have studied the fundamentals. Have you looked at the counter, and what are the prospects that you see on the earnings front?
Well, it's an interesting small cap. It always has been because of the promoter group, which holds a substantial part of the equity. I think he's absolutely right. They've got a huge land bank. And if you see the numbers also, FY24 was a very, very healthy growth in terms of profitability. Balance sheet is pretty strong. He can hold, he can keep a stop loss maybe, and then continue to hold for the long term. I think 2 to 3 years down the line, he can see much better in terms of profitability than he's seeing now.
Viral, hopefully that answers your question, and you've got a considerable holding, and congratulations for the conviction that you have in buying that stock. Let's move to the rapid fire segment. Both of you, Shahina and Vaishali, know what this is about. I'm going to toss as many questions as possible at you over the course of the next 2 minutes. Chandan Jain from Hubli has got the first question, and Hal, it's something we've already spoken about. He's got 1,500 is the buy price, 38 shares. Should he book profit or hold for the long term? Shahina, what's the view?
Hold for the long term.
Okay. Ranjan Iyer has a question on ITC. He's holding 100 shares for the last 15 years and he's just waiting for the demerger. Should he switch to CDSL after the demerger is what he's asking. Shaina, your view on this one?
I will review it later. Let the demerger happen, but hold as of now.
Okay. IRED is the name of the counter, and Vaishali, I'm coming to you on this one. If you bought at levels of 32, would you hold on, which is considerable gains, but only 100 shares? Would you sell at this point?
I would say continue holding.
Okay, Umar from Karnataka is writing in and he wants a review on NTPC. He's bought it at 409. How does it look on charts, Vaishali?
Positive, continue holding.
NTPC Green is the next counter that we're talking about, short-term view, but I'm not sure if you have enough data, Vaishali, so I'm going to go across to Shahina. If you bought at levels of 133, you're still making profit. Would you sell at this point or hold?
I would book my profits.
Okay. Rajesh Patel from Indore is writing in on BEL and he wants a long-term view on this particular counter. Shahina?
BEL is a hold, got a very strong order book position.
Okay, Skipper is the name of the counter, and another great increase in the value of the stock. We've got an investor, Kumar, who's bought at levels of 550, which is not too far away from the current market price. But would you hold or sell at this juncture? Long-term view, Shahina?
It's a hold. In engineering space, it's doing well.
Okay.
All right. Z Entertainment is the next counter that RK Menon wants to know about. I think he wants a short-term view. So, Vaishali, your view on Z Entertainment?
Hold with a stop loss of 125. Look for a target of 155, 160.
Okay. Last question. Navendu is asking, HDFC Life and ICICI Pru, based on the recent murmurs that you've seen on the banking channels and sale of insurance policies, would you exit, Shahina?
Yes, exit.
Okay. All right. That brings us to the end of this edition of Ask Profit. Shahina and Vaishali, thanks as always for taking the time. Pleasure having you on the program. And to all the viewers that tuned in, that called us, well, it was a fantastic experience for the both of us and indeed our team. And hopefully you took something from this program. I'd encourage you to stay tuned. Up next is Know Your Company, and this is NDTV Profit.
When the whole day passes like a blur, the news just whizzes past, and you're trying to stay informed. It is our job to bring you news that truly matters. At Profit 360, we cut through the clutter. The Love Street deals, finance and policy news that could shape your tomorrow. The newsmakers, the trendsetters, and the innovators.